Hi everybody, this is Dan and welcome back to Rimworld. This will be season 1, episode 4 of Escape from Prison Planet 314. We are catching up with our escaped convicts, sleeping again the night away. We, in the last episode, managed to actually get some food and some meals. So we're looking pretty good there, and we can always hunt some more, and we've got the crops going. In addition, we got some stone cutting going on. We got some stone floors down in some of the bedrooms. And in addition, we started to build some security function out here where we'll have a little trap corridor to help us defend the base. Again, this is all made of limestone, and we're starting to put some limestone here too so that A, we get the wood back, and B, so it's a little bit more stable. We will still use wood doors for doors that we're going to typically use for travel. These doors will be used, but they open so slowly, but they'll also be harder to take down. So that's kind of where we are. I'm going to go ahead and start it off. And we will let the folks, I'll probably speed it up in a minute, but take a quick peek around and decide what we're going to do. So I think one of the things that we were going to do after we put some security traps in here is we're going to go ahead and probably put down, if we can afford it, the sterile tile. Even though there's a dining room, now it will eventually become probably like a med bay, surgery area, recovery from wounds. We want to make sure it's nice and clean. We might want to put down sterile floors in the I don't remember whether it was suggested in the kitchen or the butchering. I think it was the kitchen. I don't know whether there's any real impact, and honestly, we'll just do it for the hell of it. That's where the meals get made. I don't know whether it actually impacts that or not. What we could also do is we could put some stone down in the fridge as well. These all seem kind of like nice to haves, but obviously security will be job number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the speed here, and we're going to get going and see what we can do. Now I had made this like a stone chunk dropping, stockpile or dumping zone, but currently our perimeter is set that we're just picking up stone from a fairly wide perimeter to use when we make the stone blocks. Let's see what else. We could disassemble this if we wanted. It would take time, but that would give us stone blocks as well. Trying to think about what else we should consider doing. I'm going to go ahead and flag that for hunting. We have a decent amount of meat, but we're about to make most of that meat into meals again. So wouldn't hurt if Suki, our hunter and killer and murderer, went out and killed a few more things. So we'll mark a couple more things for hunting. Also, having some hides and stuff does not hurt. In addition, honestly, we can always, if that's harvestable, we can harvest that. What other stuff around is harvestable? Probably harvest that stuff too. That'll probably pay off. So, E.G. is out hunting an emu, which I find slightly unusual. You have E.G. is hunting. Destruction still should have happened first. What happened here? Sure, what's going on? Did we run out of limestone? There we go. That's what happened. So what we actually need to do... Oop. There we go. So E.G., go ahead and just cut some stone. Hopefully, brief amount of time. It's gonna do marble, probably do that marble chunk. Might do that. Door doesn't have to be limestone. As little frustrations. Could, like, for example, create a special build just to do a limestone. Oh, I'll get some rain. That'll clean some of that blood that's out and about. Oh. So that's limestone too. We'll see. We'll just let EG do EG's work. So, I'm going to go ahead and extend this here. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to put a limestone door here. Even though we kind of can't access it right now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the limestone wall. Why this elephant's coming in here. I suppose I could consider that a future meal. Right? Where are you going? That's what I like to see. Okay. So, with that going on, and Suki delivering... I have no idea what I just did. Oh, limestone. I'm not sure where that came from. Anyway. Security. Let's get some steel traps coming in here. So, we'll just do it like this. We'll space them out. Let's go ahead and get 6 of these puppies going. Maybe 7. It's quite a bit of steel, but we just dug up a bunch of steel. So, amazing how quickly we get through this first day. As well as limestone. That's what I thought. Can you please? Oh, EG is unhappy. Why would you be so unhappy, EG? Ah, urgently hungry. Well, we can clear this prioritized work so that you can go eat a meal, which should help out. Everybody's going to bed. Again, leaving us with open entry into the base. We'll set this to auto rearm. What auto rearm does is, if a trap is triggered, then the action to rearm it will be queued up automatically. And of course, if you have people who are prioritized to do maybe construction, they will eventually come back and rearm it. Otherwise, you have to manually go select it for rearm. So it just depends on whether these are supposed to be consistently used defenses, and generally I think auto rearm would be, honestly I think it's generally should be a default versus this, but it's pretty easy to do, so not a big deal. So it looks like we've harvested some more rice. That rice is coming along very nicely. Cotton coming along, smokeweed's coming along, corn taking a little bit longer, and potatoes, this may be the second group of potatoes. Yeah, it looks like we harvested some. We got those 2 birds, that didn't take long at all, and it looks like, I think Jem was working on doing some cooking there, and so our meals have gone up a little bit, but we got plenty of material for when Jem wants to resume that. So again, this should be our priority, finishing this door, getting these in, finishing that door, and then what we're going to do is we'll open it up, and it's kind of gimmicky, but I'll show you why. If you always have an open way into your base, when attackers come, be it a mad animal, be it, other convicts, pirates, tribespeople, they're going to typically choose that way. Now there are more advanced things, like they can have advanced tactics, or have like, they can be sappers. And then the sappers, okay, so we got our first raid, our first official raid. So I'm pausing real quick. A group of pirates, the Ragers, have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while, then attack. So we have the Mighty Bourbon, who has the title of a doctor. Age 40, has a steel knife, not in very good condition. The doctor is abysmal at melee and is pretty incredible at both research and medicine, and really doesn't have any other passions, and is, just not very impressive. Optimist, but neurotic. Sort of like, this helps a little bit with this, and that global work speed's kind of nice. Incapable of dumb labor and social. I don't even know why I'm bothering looking, because chances are, with the mean Tsukihana, the doctor's gonna die. Now, I will go ahead and set us down at normal speed. It will be a while. I don't know, so it looks like he's kind of on the southern side, and he's going to wander for a bit. So if we can finish this up, we can pretty much guarantee what direction. And to that end, actually, really, I'm struggling to understand. Well, that's open, which is fine. Struggling to understand how we picked up all the limestone blocks and used it over here versus over here. But it's all good. So I'm going to set that to auto rearm. Suki, I'm going to draft Suki. And I'm going to set this door to be hold open. And Suki is going to come over here, which opens the door, and now it will be held open. I'm going to free Suki up. And what will happen is, now because this door is open, and because this door is open, when the pirate comes, rather than the pirate coming to the bottom part, we're going to call pirates, but pirates in this, our scenario, we are pretending that they are convicts from the planet that we're on, the convict planet. So rather than them coming down here and beating on this door or something like that, they'll either come around, hopefully, or come up and around, and they'll head straight for this, which has a crap load of traps. So honestly, if we don't even show up for defense with one guy, they'll probably just die to the traps, which is fine. He probably isn't worth our time, to tell you the truth. Actually, I didn't take a look, but beyond the knife, I'm not even sure the guy has any like gear. Oh, it looks like he's got something on. He's got an awful button-down shirt made of turkey leather and some shoddy, almost destroyed cloth pants. Yep. So that guy's about worth no time as far as we're concerned. Now look at all these traps. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just setting them to auto rearm as they get done. 5, 6, 7, which is great. The only thing I have to worry about, you always have to be concerned about, and we actually haven't set it up, is my people aren't set to a restricted area where they can wander. Neither is mine, the dog. What that means is they might go, like Ichi's doing right now, go out to go get some lumber or something. And then the pirates or the convicts could attack, and you could be out there alone, those kind of things, which is far from ideal. So, to that end, while we're just thinking about it, we're going to go ahead and set up, so that you guys can see it, some what we call restricted zones. So you usually start out with a couple. They call them Area 1, Animal Area 1, and they're not necessarily defined. So I'm going to just use those to begin with. I like to call my one for humans, where I'm going to pull them back, I call it Alamo. Never guess what I call this one. Animal Alamo. And you can create more. So in this example, we're going to go ahead and look at Alamo. Alamo is not set up yet, so we're setting it up now. This means I need to pull you back to the base. Okay, so the pirates are attacking. Not going to pay too much attention. I don't know where Ichi's going, though. Looks like he's going out to get a rock, which is fine, but if he does it again, pirate is near. In theory, that could be a problem. So I'm basically setting up. This is probably not a good idea, because it's on the other side for now. That's Alamo. So if I have to pull my people in, I say, or is this a good idea? So we're going to draft you. Hold open this. Coming over here. Great. Now that's open. Now I'm going to undraft you. You guys are still working. Here comes the pirate, just like we said the pirate would do. coming up and around, looking for the open path into the base, because technically it says I want to attack some limestone wall. Now, this is kind of amusing because the only limestone walls I really have are the ones out here. Whoop. Oh, he is attacking it. Okay. Well, let's have a little fun here. I just drafted Sukihana. So Suki is going to step outside and shoot Bourbon in the back. So Bourbon's bleeding. Whoa. Okay, so Bourbon hit the first trap. Bourbon is down. I paused again. Bourbon is down, but Bourbon is not dead. So this is where the council, Jaminiji and Sukihana, get together. They have to make a decision. Is Bourbon worth it? Do we try and take Bourbon a prisoner? Do we try and bandage him up? I mean, his right eye's got a stab. His left ear's cut off. He's got a couple revolver shots in the head and the skull. You know, he's kind of worthless, except he's a great doctor, and we could put him to, you know, to work researching. But is he going to really pull through? I think the answer is no when it comes to the vote. So, now we could strip his stuff. So, I think that's what we are going to do, even though it's nearly worthless. So, we'll go ahead and strip him. So we have some visitors coming in. No guest beds. They're afraid. Not really afraid, but that's the message. But basically it's kind of warning us. Maybe they're not going to be too thrilled. Well, I think that we have enough stone. Oh, we don't have, well, how much, I don't remember how much wood beds take. They take a decent amount. What do you guys think? We really don't have much to sell them. I'd like to get some more information about what's going on in this prison world. Well, I think they're going to be safe, but they may not love their visit. So let's say, come on in. Okay. So, Suki, can I get you to go ahead and finish him off? Appreciate that. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead and haul that useless dead body over to the little dumping zone. And now that we're pretty much done here, let's go ahead and get maybe a bed or two in for our guests. We'll go ahead and maybe make this room here into a little guest quarters. So we will need a bed, 35. So we'll make at least 2. Seems not quite right. We'll make it happen. So 2 beds. Be better, but... And then we're going to need to make a wall. Looks like we're starting to have some marble on hand. Marble. Fair enough. And then we can either make a stone door. Definitely not ideal. So, looks like we have at least 2 visitors. I'm going to go check these cargo pods that popped up. What do we got? Kibble. Well, animals can eat kibble. We could mark it for haul urgently, but it'll last forever, I think, practically. So we're just going to leave it as is. It looks like it's not forbidden, so to speak. Oh, we actually have 3 visitors. It would be nice if we can get 3 beds. So I'm going to show you, this is another mod. It's called the Hospitality mod. Under a tab, Guest, you can sit here and say, hey, I want to try and entertain these people, which potentially will improve relations maybe. It will take time. You're people who are open to negotiation in the work chart. They will spend time trying to talk to these people and make friends. Another thing, sorry, as I was explaining, you can set that as default. So now, from now on, any visitors that come, I will try and entertain them. You can also try and recruit individuals. This shows you kind of like you have to have a certain amount of people be friends of them, and you will suffer a relationship penalty if you do successfully recruit them. So that would get them almost to not hating us, but to almost baseline neutral with this faction in question. And of course, you would want to look at the actual people and say, hey, is this someone I want? Is it, are they trustworthy? Are they, you name it. Are they, oh my goodness, maybe they're a psychopath, or, oh wait, that would fit well. Maybe they're a pyromaniac, and not fit so good. So you get the idea. So we're not going to try and recruit anyone right now. We are going to try and get this construction job done. And it looks like I may try and fit one more bed in here. Can I copy that? I actually want the construction to get done. I really do want you guys to talk to people. But get these walls and beds done if possible. That's beautiful. No, I know what you want to do. See, I don't know we actually have enough wood right now to actually build like a wood door. So we're probably going to build them some slow marble door, and we'll just take it down later at some point in the distant future. Yeah. If we have enough marble to do all that. Easy. Please finish. Suki. Please finish. Okay, so now we can make these guests. Secondly, we're going to obviously need to roof this. Oh, give me a home. Let's see. Build the roof. So it's getting late, which is why I'm sort of forcibly making you do this work. We can get this done. We want their stay to be, it's not going to be great, but we want it to be reasonable. If we can make it reasonable, then they'll go back and tell their convict brethren that we're, non-aggressive. We might be able to be trusted. I say might. It's just what we want to think. Now it looks like it's raining in there, which disturbs me. But I did make that a build roof area. Iji's gone to bed, so Suki is left to try and finish this task up. We need more chairs, obviously. People can't eat meals at the table. There's not enough chairs. Suki. Suki. Ah, I thought you were going to bed, didn't you, Suki? Ah, there's 4. Wonder if I can just put down a sleeping spot here. Call it for guests. Not ideal. But, you know, normal. Good. Better than our beds, some of our beds, so hopefully the door's not done. It's raining in there. It's dark. Not the best guest quarters. What can I say? It's a rough life. Now, sometimes these people will actually have something to trade, which is nice. You usually see a little question mark next to them, and we don't have much to trade anyway, and it depends on but we might have been able to trade them these crappy clothing, maybe that crappy knife, get a few extra coins. Nothing too much to sweat about. So, our defenses are set. We do need to rearm this trap. In addition, damn it, we're going to need more wood. It's just a fact of life. How are our trees coming along? Yeah, they take a long time. So what that means, though, is that we're going to have to range further and further. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those for cutting, and then mark those for cutting. Right? That's quite a little journey there. I think we don't have much over there. There, pretty much. I mean, that's now ready. Probably those are ready. Those are ready. Okay. That's not a lot. So, what I'm actually considering doing, I don't have any plans for down here, so I may just make a big tree freaking plot, because you can see this is only going to be, what, like 4, 9, 18 trees. It's nothing to sneeze at, but they grow pretty much on their own. It just takes the time to sow them. So I think we'll do 2 things. One, we'll go ahead and set up a nice big, say, growing zone. That, right? Looks good. Set it to trees. That'll take a while, but we're good with meals, and it's not too much of a problem. Hopefully the wood we can get will last us long enough. So, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Looks like all our guests went to sleep in their awful room. And let's make sure things like clothing can be brought here. It looks like they can, so we're all good. Okay, so we have a mad animal. So it is a local rat. Here it comes, very mad, very angry. I hit pause, get normal speed. It's actually not very far. Rats are very quick. It will probably walk right in here, and it won't trigger any of those traps. Now what's interesting is we do have guests, so it could very well walk up and attack a guest. Good, bad, well, depends on how you want to think about it. Now of course we can mobilize, and probably should be able to take down a rat, and it's the smart thing to do, even though it is a rat. And the reason it's the smart thing to do is if that rat gets in close, I will say this about Rimworld people. Oh, here come our guests. They may become targets, which is fine. They'll beat the rat down. But Rimworld individuals, people, are not very intelligent. They seem to take, oh my, look at this, a friendly AI from your past named Charlin Whitestone has sent you a message. He reveals that he has a starship hidden on this planet and sends you its world coordinates. It's in deep hibernation. We'll have to start it up when we arrive there, if we can get there. Defend it from raiders until the startup sequence completes. If we can get it off, we can get off this Rimworld. Wow. That would be one way for us to escape. I know we've got the rat, but let's go take a look at the world map. So, for those of you who didn't watch the first episode, or it's been a while, this purple flag looks like way up in the northeast, almost like in what we would call like the Arctic or something. This, I believe, is all tundra. It is. Way up here, but across a little peninsula that looks crossable because there's no mountains. Horrible, horrible tundra covered with snow and ice. Way off any road. That's where the Stash spaceship is. Now, here's the question. Where are we? Well, we're not the purple. We have a very distinct color. If I recall, where were we, guys? Here we are, down by the Red Scorpion Sea. So, at best, not even talking, this is silly. It would never happen. We'd never be able to carry enough food for this. But you could, in theory, we might decide we want to create sub-bases, like create a base, travel distance, create a base, gather some food, so forth, so forth. But we don't even really have a road near us. We'd probably be headed over to like this road, maybe, traveling the road to make use of its sort of speed. It looks like the road we could probably follow a road up here. At this point, we'd have to go off-road. And this is forest, probably not the quickest travel time. I don't know if travel along rivers is any faster. And then we can get back maybe on this road. We can kind of take this road up here. I know it makes it sound so simple. Up here, and then go off-roading all the way up here. That is a long way. Here, just for kicks, I'm going to show you something. So if you do this, you choose this. So it's going to use, quote, our default traveling speed, caravan, whatever. So if we said we're going to go from here, and this actually should have selected here first. So it says it's going to take us 18 days. I don't believe that. That'd be amazing if that took us 18 days. That really doesn't sound that bad. Now, mind you, there's 15 days to a season, or is it 13? I think it's 15. And, 4 seasons in the year in this game. So that's like traveling a whole season. And I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm not saying we couldn't get there. I don't buy the 18 days. I've heard that there's issues, and watched where there's issues with the caravan mode calculating. And then you're going to need pack animals, and they're going to need food. And you're going to need food to survive at least 18 days, but probably more, because you're going to have to get up there and establish. Anyway, you get the drift. It is an option. We're going to look at it, but not an option anytime soon. So, with that said, how do we get out of this silly mode here? Okay, now we're going to head back to our Mad Rat, who we're going to see engage, I think, here. Hey, Mad Rat. I know you wanna bite that visitor. Oh yeah. Oh, so here's what we're gonna see. So Gem is set to flee if Gem sees something that they don't like. And so Gem was actually gonna go eat, and now Gem's like, oh my god. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft our folks, have them sort of get together. Let's get up. Let's go take out this scary, scary rat. Okay, rat's dead. We win. Okay, everybody get back to what you were going to get back to. Good boys and girls. I can't believe we can't finish the roofing on this. It's like bizarre. Oh, there we go. It's like, give these guys a little shelter. Be a pal. Okay. I don't know if you guys noticed on the screen, our beautiful Labrador Retriever just went and, you know, had a little bite to eat from that dead prisoner, which is a beautiful thing. Didn't eat one of our meals. So, we got a lot of talking going on. Hey, why don't you go put that in the cooler? Good boy. Suki is gonna sow. I have no issue with that. We need those trees planted. Instead of actually talking to folks. Goodbye me. Okay, let's get moving. Gem's probably gonna go plant. Yuji's gonna do some talking. Try and get some information out of them. Good, good, good. We're gonna plant trees. Trees are good. Yes, yes. Well, you know, here. I'll try and work a little bit. Oh, no, well, if you're gonna block the door, I can't finish the door. How's that sound? There you go. Now we got a crappy door. Well, very solid. Hey, Yuji. Go ahead and rearm that trap. Good, good. Okay. So we're going along well. I think I'm probably going to take this whole day to plant all those trees, but that'll pay off in the end, I hope. We'll let EG talk these folks up, or I should say, offend the shit out of these folks. Look at this. That was a combat. Let's see, social. Had a nice chat. Getting annoyed. Excited. Getting annoyed. Excited. Getting annoyed. Are you that bad? No, not that good, but not that bad. He's got a skill of 5 in negotiating. So he's getting some charmed, and then he's, you know, hit and miss. Let's just say that. Okay, look at that. Trees are coming along. Rain's coming down. So this is really the problem with the entertaining. As you can see, I told you it would consume time. EG is literally, he's gonna, because I have him higher in the priority, but as soon as, it's not like I'll go do something and then I'll do this, I'll go do something, I'll go do this. If this is higher, because there's enough visitors, I'm just gonna keep rotating between the visitors and their cooldown. And talking and talking and talking. Not the worst, you know, but it pretty much takes your negotiator or multiple negotiators out of doing anything else. So what you'll notice actually is I also have Gem as potentially a negotiator, but I have Gem set lower than cooking and lower than growing, and this counts as a growing task. So Gem is going to prioritize getting this planning done and potentially cooking done before doing any talking. And honestly, for now, that's probably right what should be happening with our priorities in our little home. So let's see. Well, we did say we were going to kind of start to look at potential expansions. And in a way, you know, creating a little guest room was an expansion. Wow, I forgot about that. Completely forgot about the inspired recruitment. We could have had any one of these folks we wanted. I could have just had Jen. I could have marked one for recruitment, and Jen would have walked over there and said, "Look, hey, we got a great deal here," and they would have been all like awestruck, stars in their eyes. You have the best place in the world. Look at this. Nice job. Everybody's going to bed, but that was a big thing to get done. So, and our guests, let's check our guests just for kicks. Look at this. We could have recruited them if we wanted to. Their hospitality's not, you know, it's not stupendous. Pretty good there. Not bad there. Not so great, but, you know. So we've been keeping them, you know, with the beds, with the table, with the horseshoes, with the conversation. We've been keeping them fairly happy. Now, as far as steel goes, you mine this, haven't pulled it in, but even after using the steel on all these, you know, we're at 371, so really not too bad. Wouldn't hurt for us to have another battery. What I'd like to do is actually convert this. I probably should put floors down. We have the sandstone for it? Not really. We got to get back to the block, stone block making. If we can get back to the stone block making, just increase this a few more times. We'll put a floor down, and then potentially we'll take out this back wall. We'll make this into EG's bedroom, and then we can expand this into maybe a more professional visitors area. We could even make, yeah, why not? That's what we can do. That'll be much nicer for them. What's funny is we get some slate. We'll probably leave all this flying in, but we'll get some slate out of it. And I don't think we actually have slate on our map. We have limestone, granite, I think. Or wait, limestone, sandstone, and marble on this map. So we'll just have a little slate, decorative slate in a part of our base. So looks like they weren't quite done, so they'll finish up. DG's still chatting away. I am going to, where are you going, Jim? Loving you, but I can't keep track of you. Okay. You didn't reach the 30 meal threshold. Suki's doing some cleaning. That'll make the guests and us a little bit happier. That's fabulous. Suki will probably actually then go chop. Oh, Suki's doing some talking too. No harm there. I do not like this tree here. Take that tree out, please. Even though there's like not very grown. These are coming along nicely though. These 2, 3 trees. Yeah, if you notice, people kept slowing down as they tried to cross over. Suki's headed out for trees, I can tell. EG is headed out for trees, which is fine. We are, as you know, completely out of wood. Let's see what else we got going on here. Gem is quickly going to get up to the 30 mark with meals. We still have multiple bodies we can butcher for more meat. We're still sitting at about 200 meat. Not to mention we have 75 potatoes, 56 rice, 25 berries. So we're no problems with at least simple meals. Now, the next meal up, fine meals, actually give our people some mood benefits. And because we haven't recruited anyone, because we've got kind of a food production and a food area now, that is something that we certainly want to consider. As a matter of fact, we might consider that for next episode, if I can recall or remember to do it. So I was butcher this. So that way people will be enjoying themselves a little bit more. We really need that wood. I need to build a couple more chairs. So let's hope that happens soon. In fact, you know what? They're not 100%. Yep. Let's just get those done too. Local wood, right? Better than distant wood. So pretty much neutral. Pretty much neutral. They weren't too impressed by our shitty room and our reasonable beds and our lack of entertainment. And we spent a lot of time. Maybe our negotiation skill went up a little bit. Learned some things, hopefully, about the planet and some of the things we're at that are out there for us to face. Looks like we did finish up with the meals. We're gonna grab some wood. Oh, we got a bulk goods trader. So these guys you can't entertain, but they can trade. They're gonna hang out usually right around our place. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll check them real quick. Quite a few guys plus their pack animals, and they're gonna come right on up to say hi. Now with that in mind, it looks like, did we move the knife and the shirt? We didn't move the knife, but we can move the knife. Urgently haul it. Where are the shirts? There they are. The shirt, the crappy shirt and pants. So we might have something to trade these guys. Wow, how did that happen? How did that rot away in storage? Ooh. This fridge is struggling with the outside temperature, trying to keep this cool. Well, that's a real bummer. I mean, we still got plenty of meat, but we just lost 7 meals worth of meat. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down real quick. I want Jem to actually go talk to him for kicks. Just before you go to bed, Jem. We may need another cooler sooner than later. I figured that that one cooler would be plenty for that small space, but it doesn't appear that that may be the case. So let's look at what we got here. So they have a number of clothing. Really, well, in theory we can afford it. We really can't afford that type of clothing. Hey, look, cowboy hat. That's a lot of money when we can make our own, even though it's probably better than we can make. We can sell these two things we got off of the prisoner who attacked us. Unfortunately, they are so cruddy that we will get a total of like 1 silver for it. We will never sell steel if we can help it because it is used in too many things. We do have some rat leather. Now we might get some more later, but this isn't enough to make anything. So usually if I have more than like say 70, I might keep it unless I've got a lot. If I have less, I end up selling it. Like I might kill more emus later, but I'm going to go ahead and sell that. That'll just give us a little bit, 33 silver total so far. Components, I do like to buy them, especially when they seem reasonably priced. Unfortunately, that would, eat into our initial funds that we got. We could sell some foodstuffs, and I will do that if we have a massive amount of food. Now, well, we just lost 75 food, or not food, but meat. I would say we're not in really a safe spot. So, but it is interesting to look at what they have. Unfortunately, we can't sell the dagger. That's fairly typical, or the knife, and we can't sell the elephant tusks. But there will be other vendor types, like exotic goods trader, where that's more likely possible. So now we got some silver. Jem's going to cart it back and head to bed. And that is right about where we're going to end this episode. As usual, they will all get in bed. We will plan for, like I talked about, maybe some expansion of this. This is where they're going to hang out, which is pretty funny because if something attacked us, this would be right where it'd be heading towards. We're going to maybe work on clearing out a little bit of this stone, just to clear it out. We're going to need more stone blocks. So that's going to be our priority. And cutting down those few more trees to make some more chairs, which we were working on. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time.